One of my first jobs as a new psychologist was helping to run a social skills group for young adults. This was not an effort to work on subtle social interactions. This was basic skills, like how to introduce yourself, make a request, and wait while the other person spoke. These were earnest young folks who were trying their best, but social settings just made them supremely nervous. And for them, the conventions of social grace had not come built in. To look at them, though, you'd never have known or expected any particular social challenge. There were 7 people in our group, with 2 of us hoping to help. We would meet on Saturday mornings and practice asking for plastic hamburgers and fries and paying each other with pretend dollar bills. If hello and how are you got added into the exchange, that was a special success. Despite the potential for humor in this situation, the group would mostly touch your heart. They were trying so hard, but skillful they usually were not. It's a challenge to work with one's boundaries. Eventually, we'd go down to the street to the donut shop to see if all this effort would work in the actual world. At the store, the tension was palpable. The 2 of us were struggling with when to step in and when to step back. In all the anxiety, the hellos and how are yous went out the window for sure. And the general awkwardness of behavior was just painful to watch. Sometimes the volume got embarrassingly loud, and at other times at the counter, no words were spoken at all. There could be that deer in the headlights panic, pacing and fidgeting were common, and occasionally there was an outright dash for the door. As for the clerks, their patience was thin. They, of course, were not there to understand. They were there to sell donuts. Come on, man, what's wrong with you? Hurry up, there are people waiting. And sometimes from a customer, there'd be a quiet, gee, these guys are just weird. Though we helpers could hope all we wanted, we couldn't really offer protection. We felt stuck on the double-edged sword of diagnosis. Would a label engender compassion? Or would it unleash a flood of misperceptions and judgments already assumed? Would labels divide us all into boxes of us's and them's and lose the humanity that all of us share? However unique it might have seemed, that social skills group from long ago was a wonderful lesson in tolerance and in the complexities of understanding, a lesson in the power of our assumptions and our expectations, too. How hard can buying a donut be? Pretty hard, it turns out, for some. And there were no real bad actors in this donut store scene, but there sure was a lot of frustration and a lot of judgment going round. I have since decided that being a therapist is an ongoing practice in humility, a practice in knowing how little you know about another human being. While you have to make some tentative judgments about the way a person's life works or doesn't, it's dangerous to think that you ever have it down right. You can talk to someone for months, even years, and one day they'll tell you something you never knew, and it changes how you understand them entirely. We are all such beautiful and complicated mysteries. Our truths may be hidden, but they are our own. And who is really to judge?